wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded D-Rose Report. I got a lot of news today. I'm going to try and get going and not stumble and fumble too much. The Wrestling Observer newsletter speculates that due to The Undertaker's health, matches pitting the Dead Man against Kane for the WWE Tour of the UK next month has been changed to a triple threat bout with the inclusion of the Big Show. An update on the condition of Patrick Henry. No, not that one, but older brother of WWE superstar Mark Henry. Doctors have taken him off a medication that was keeping him in a coma, and he's expected to be revived today. Henry and had several surgeries to stop bleeding and pressure on his brain caused by a stroke that he suffered October 3rd. That's why Mark Henry's not around right now. Wish him all the best. Both Maurice and The Miz walked the red carpet last night at the Jackass 3D premiere in Los Angeles, California. Former WWE star Lance McNaught, or Lance Cade, died on August 13th, 2010 from accidental ingestion of multiple drugs combined with the effects of an enlarged heart, according to the autopsy report from the medical examiner in San Antonio, Texas. Staffer of the Brox County, Texas medical examiner's office said McNaught's death was due to the New Haven Register in Connecticut says that the cause was ruled a mixed drug intoxication complemented by cardiomyopathy. His death was ruled accidental. Medical examiner reports does not indicate whether McNaught's use of anabolic steroids contributed to the cardiomyopathy, which had been linked to steroid abuse. I think enlarged hearts also has been. Robert Zimmerman, spokesman for World Wrestling Entertainment, told the newspaper that WWE obtained emails written by McNaught to fellow wrestlers saying that he had ordered 2 types of steroids March and expected to fail the drug test. McNaught was released in October 8, well, I don't have the date on there, but from WWE in October 08, and then rehired in September 09 and was sent to drug rehabilitation at his request, but was released a second time in April. Among those discussed this past week for induction into WWE's 2011 Hall of Fame were Bill Goldberg, Lex Luger, and Ron Simmons. And I heard that they were going to be, like I said, Goldberg, my son, seen on some website somewhere. It had to do with, I think, with its show. I don't know where it's at, MTV or somewhere. But anyway, they asked Bill Goldberg about coming back to WWE and how everything is, and he said that he will be at WrestleMania 27. That's what he said. Not in the crowd either. But he said that now he can't any longer bench press 500 pounds, which I couldn't do that anyway, no matter how old I was. But anyway, he said he's in just decent shape, but wants to do one more match, and he's actually in that article he acts like he's got a done deal. We'll find out. Wouldn't it be nice to see him and old Stone Cold? Stone Cold said he's 100% too. That'd be a hell of a big buy on WrestleMania. Alright, also under the consideration for the induction into the Hall of Fame is the Four Horsemen. Company officials would prefer to induct the group as opposed to just solely Arn Anderson. However, the group's induction will likely hinge on whether Ric Flair re-signs with TNA once his current contract expires early next year. WWE also has strong interest in inducting Sting into the Hall of Fame, but his availability hinges on whether he re-signs with TNA in 2011. September 14th, Friday Night SmackDown television taping at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan drew about 5,059 patrons, paying out $201,000. WWE's creative plan to have Pee Wee Herman and superstars participate in the Pee Wee Playhouse backstage segments when the comedian host on Monday Night Raw November 1st in Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to be kind of strange because Pee Wee's a little edgy, even for kids. I hope WWE never goes to G. My gosh, we'll have just cartoons there. Alright. There was buzz amongst the wrestlers that Freddie Prinze Jr. Is back in the World Wrestling Federation. Some feel at times there was a disconnect between wrestlers and creative, but Prinze kind of helped alleviate it with a fresh approach. There was a new T-shirt for the World Wrestling Federation champion, Kane, designed to resemble an old issue of the famous Monster magazine. I remember them years ago. Evan Bourne, he's likely to undergo surgery and isn't expected to be back for several months. Well, I don't know, he might be back, hopefully back by WrestleMania time. Former WWE Maria Kanellis, or just plain Maria, commented on her current status in the professional wrestling industry yesterday on her Twitter. She says, "No," she said in response to a fan's inquiry regarding the possibility of return. Says, "I have an amazing time with all the great superstars and divas, but the music and acting is my life now." I don't know where she was acting for sure at. I know where she did last year. I think it was The Apprentice. I don't know how much acting there is, but anyway, she says, "Maybe an appearance, but never full time. I still love wrestling, though. Love my fans." By the way, former ring announcer and the beautiful Lillian Garcia will be appearing at Hollywood's Expo this Saturday, 12:30 to 5 p.m. The event is going to be held at the Hilton Universal Studios. Don't know what it's for. I don't know if it's a fundraiser or what it is. Of course, just seeing her would be a fundraiser or a raiser. Former WWE diva Tori Wilson noted on her Twitter that she recently shut down her clothing boutique, Jaded, which she opened 3 years ago in the Woodlands, Texas area. It was upscale Market Street district. She also said that she will soon be relocating in Los Angeles, California from Houston, Texas. Brian Kendricks, by the way, was a surprise visitor at yesterday's Mick Foley book signing in Florida. Kendricks showed up, told Foley that he was one of his biggest fans, and also took part in the Q&A signing. Ain't nothing just like barging in on Mick when he's got the spotlight. Many people in TNA are assuming that Kurt Angle will take a short hiatus to heal up. More J-Wo and TNA Impact buzz was with Entertainment Weekly, featuring a write-up on their performance went on, well, it beat tonight. I guess we'll see it tonight. Jeff Hardy's heel turn has been emphasized further by TNA president Dixie Carter, who tweeted today that her former fan favorite had sold out. Oh, if I had glasses, I'd do that. He's sold out. Didn't you know it, Dixie? Hey, happy birthday to former diva Stacy Keibler, legs and all. She turns 31. Shh, don't know. The leggy Keibler is getting steady work as a television actress and made a lot of appearances on How I Met Your Mother, I think it was, and most recently on Chuck, featuring Steve Austin. Then there's a video blog out and around, or a video clip of Matt and Jeff Hardy appearing together in a video they dubbed The New Big Man. Booker T, on whether he's going to, was asked on whether he's receiving phone calls from TNA or WWE. He says, "I'm a free agent. It's about making a phone call. I left on good terms, pretty good with friends with Terry Taylor. I left with good terms with Dixie Carter. I don't want to get back on to the WWE schedule, but I would be willing to do commentary. I'd always be willing to work behind the scenes with WWE." He wants the best of both worlds. He wants the money, but not the time it takes, to make it. TNA's, so I got enough time here. TNA's decision to turn Jeff Hardy heel was made approximately 7 weeks ago. The creative department felt that they were the past several months included TNA heavyweight champion, and was determined that Hardy and Rob Van Dam were the prime options, so they were going to do one or the other. Mr. Anderson had been pulled off of wrestling, by the way, this weekend. TNA house shows that looped across the Midwest due to an injury he suffered last night at the taping, or night before last, I believe. He's still appearing as advertised. It says here he'll still be appearing as advertised, but probably not wrestling. But the specific injury was not confirmed. But Mr. Kennedy reportedly suffered a gash during his match. The last gash I seen, I wouldn't have called a doctor about it. I gotta go.